So, good morning. And there's been an update about a couple of 3 weeks ago, so I thought I'll do a bit of an update today. It's Christmas Eve, so it's the 24th of December. So just wanted to show you everything that's going on and all the other bits and pieces. So obviously these in here are doing absolutely, they're still chomping at the bit, but these are still doing really well. This is a bloody monster now. Absolute monster. So these are going to get moved in probably March. And I'll go down into the sales area because 90% of these will be up for sale, and then probably the other 10% will stay in here to keep the filters seeded. So what else have I been up to? So one thing that I have been testing is a new heat source pump. We can get all these heat source pumps everywhere in the entire country. Some of them are selling for 500, 600, 700, 800 quid. What I wanted was something simple. Does exactly what it says on the tin, is good value for money and keeps the pond at a reasonable temperature. Okay, I found one that I've been using now for about the last 5 weeks. It's called an Arabus, and you can buy them from eBay or Flevo, whichever way you want to call it. But more importantly, you can get them from Amazon. So these retail at £399, and obviously, as with Amazon, you get your guarantee with them. So it's a bit of a mess under here, but it always is. Like I always say to you, so I'll just show you. So that's the system there. Look. Sorry, my finger's in the way. So that's the system there. So basically that's running out of the pond, into the heat source. It's then going into a tempest, out of the tempest, and then it's going into the easy pod. And it's doing that cycle, okay? Now obviously, it's pretty good the way that this works, because I've got 3-stage temperature. I've got temperature that is coming out of there. So that's the water that's coming out of the easy pod, and then it's going back into the pond. You've also got that one, which is the temperature that's heating it before it goes back into the pond, if that makes sense. And then that comes out of the pond and then back into there. So obviously there's a good cycle. And pond temperature, so that's showing you 16.4. Bear in mind that's in the easy pod. That's the water coming direct via the pond, which obviously heats it up. And pond itself, you'll see it as well as I will, 20 degrees. So show you these babies in here. So some really nice fish coming through in here. Bear in mind all of these are from the same spawn. Crazy, isn't it? Some are big, some are small, some are really hungry, some are stupidly hungry. So let's just throw a bit of food in there. Some nice fish in there, really nice fish. Obviously these get fed 4 times a day. Well, they get 4 times a day by the machine, and they get 3 times a day when I'll come in and throw a bit of food in. They're being fed a mixture, so they're being fed Aqua Source Ultimate, and they're also being fed the leftovers of the Shorey, the leftovers of the Shogun, and also the leftovers of some of the coppins. The reason for that is obviously some of the stuff that's left over, I'm grinding up in a coffee grinder. That's getting the fish to have a taste of everything that potentially I'll use through the season. Some people say I use this, some people say I use that, other people say I use this. That's fine, I ain't got a problem with that. I want to make sure that I've got all the fish in here that know and to know the taste of each individual type of food. The only one obviously I don't do sakiyakari, and that's for obvious reasons. So that's that in there. Also quickly show you can see the condensation on here, but I'll tell you what, some cracking fish in here now. I've changed my mind, these are going to be up for sale now. That one there, as it's about to turn round, if it turns round, it's got a perfect heart shape on it. I'm open to some serious offers on that come up to Valentine's Day. Obviously you've got some Chags in here, Achievers in here, Hoitsuri, Kitsuri, Jin Kahaku. So obviously you've got that one. Now obviously you've seen this one advertised quite a lot. You have to excuse the condensation. But you've got a butterfly on that side. Then when it flips over, you've got a heart on the other side. We'll see if it flips over. It'd be nice if it does, but you never know. It's gone down. So obviously another bean noser. Obviously these, bearing in mind this time of the year, they're still eating, which is absolutely crazy. These are being fed aqua sauce all season with garlic. And we'll soon see what these do in a couple of seconds. I'm not feeding them a lot, I'm just feeding them a bit. And I'll just come out of the way for a bit. And you'll see that they'll start coming up on me in a minute. There you go. And they're chomping at it. So that's the aqua sauce with garlic. I have tried Popperis as well, and they do like that. But obviously garlic, they seem to be chasing for it. As soon as they can smell it, they're straight in on it, look, as you can see. So there's a little bit in there. What I normally do is I'll leave it in there for about 10 minutes. If there's anything left, I'll take it back out. But you can see them still chomping on it. That is the 4 mil. So obviously you can get the smaller stuff as well. So you can see they're going for it big solid now. You know what I mean? There you go. Absolutely perfect. So perfect heart on it. So that's what we've got with there. Obviously you appreciate it's a bit of a mess still in here, so a work in progress. So obviously we've got all next year's plants all coming up through here as well. I've got a couple of projects I'm going to be working on. That one, I'm going to start emptying that one out. Obviously I'm going to be feeding these in a minute, cleaning it. I'm going to do a filter clean on both, and then I'll sort that out. And then obviously I'm going to have a new project next year. I'll come downstairs so you can see. I'm going to have a new project on here, and I'm looking at trying to see if I can source. I want to try and see if I can source one of the old Nexus 200s, because they're the really small ones. They're the ones directly after the EasyPod one. EasyPods are good, don't get me wrong, they are good. I need the bio side of it as well, so I need the moving bed, especially with the fish that I'm going to be having up here, because this is all going to be quarantine. So I want to make sure I've got a moving bed and stuff up here. So that's that bit, so I'll come back to you in a bit. So obviously as a direct result now of having the quarantine area which we've got, what I'm going to actually start doing as well now is these 2 ponds will probably be decommissioned temporarily. Obviously I'm letting that die off and then grow back next year. These will still be in line and they'll still be working. Probably looking at maybe getting some goldfish or stuff like that. But what I am doing at the moment, as you can see, it's a bit of a mess in there. I want to keep that way as well. The simple reason is, and as you can see there, you got new shoots growing. So what I'm going to be looking at doing in here is growing lilies, water lettuce, frog bite, grass, numerous other bits and pieces. What I use, believe it or not, is the dirty water from that goes into them buckets, and then they go straight into there. Now obviously over the time that'll settle, create a sediment, and then obviously all the nutrients will sit in the bottom, because believe it or not, even in that nexus there'll still be nutrients. Them nutrients will be fantastic for life, for animals, bio, insects, or whatever you want to call them, water skaters, you name it, for next year. So next year's fry potentially can be used for that as well. So yeah, catch you back in a bit. So just to show you what I'd previously said I wanted in the ideal world, I'll just quickly show you. So obviously as you walk in, you're walking through the Westcroft corridor. So obviously that's been advertised, and then obviously we come through. As I said, CCTV, 1, 2, 3. Got CCTV in other areas as well. Obviously now, as you can see, you've got fish in there, going for it, fish in there. fishing that one. But obviously these are all seeding the filters. Coming over to here, this is the new shop. So we said we'd get it done for you, so we have. I'll quickly show you in here. Turn the lights on so you can see. So, tea, coffee, squash, coffee machine, usual stuff, cups of tea, so coming up yourself here. Obviously we've got the Anna test kit, bit of Jamaica remembrance, weight scales, we've got a couple of key fobs left, not much. And in all its glory. So as you can see, we've got all the food. A couple of spices for some food that we need to stock up, because what we're going to do is stock it in bases of 3. We're going to use the can bolt system. So obviously when we get down to a certain amount, then we'll start ordering the stuff again. So obviously we got aqua sauce, we got JPD All Season Shogun, Shuri, all the stuff you're going to need for the summer. We've even got them, but there's a story about them I'll tell you about at some stage. All the Takazuma, bowls, seating. So as you can see, it's not too bad, is it? Not too bad at all. So these now, I know they're quite sad, pallets, but they're going to be turned into herb baskets. So we're going to have thyme, rosemary, mint, usual bits and pieces, and at the top we're going to do strawberries. Same on this one, and then we'll probably have another one there, and so on and so on. I'll show you this one later, show you all this. That was an absolute nightmare, but again that's a story we'll have to go through a little bit later. I've got Dave coming round in the new year to work out what the problem with that is, because that is one of the new replacement ones, because they were leaking from the top and it's still leaking. So I've got Dave going to come round and have a look at that at some stage. So I suppose I better show you the highlights of everything. So obviously I've showed you the shop. Obviously you come through that door. I've got to show you again, because everything I said I wanted to do, hopefully I've done it. So you come through the door. Obviously I'll walk you around. You got the shop. You got 3 vats, 350, 350, 250. Okay, the bit that I was hiding is round here. And that's that paver. And as you can see, there's fish in there as well. And Macasio gons are in there. From the top, looks absolutely stunning. From the top. And fish are happy as Lara. Believe it or not, that's running at just a couple of thousand. So I'll take this opportunity now to wish you and your family, on behalf of me, Teresa of Westcroft Coy, I want to wish you a happy Christmas and a very happy New Year. Be safe, see you soon.